Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I already discussed about that things with you, how can display your all that most commented post on particular that position. So it's now successfully visible on here. And now in this video, I want to work in our that home page that is our hot news. So how can display your all that hot news from your post? Like if you go to your post, like there have also one of the option for the hot news. If you click on the yes, then it should be updated the status, and all that one status value will be last value will be visible on particular that position. Okay, so that's the things I want to do. So if you want to display that post, like here you need the title, you need the author name, that means the creator name, you need to display that date. They have some of the short description, and also there is a comment. So for now I want to do that work. For doing this we have to work in our controller. Like here that is actually for the sidebar. So all the sidebar is the pretty much the common for the every pages. For the reasons I just did that work in our app service provider. But this hot news, so that is only display in our home on particular that position. For the reasons I just want to do that work in our controller. I hope you can well understand about it. So now I go to our controller, into the controllers, that is our home controller, that is the home page controller, and into the home page controller here I just returned it before. So in our index method, so into the index method I want to work on particular that area. First of all, here I want to take one of the variable like as a hot news underscore news. Okay, I just define one of the variable, and into this position, first of all, here I want to define our all the post data. So for the reasons I just have to define our post model. So I just define our post model, and into the post model, first of all, here you can see I have to display the author. Okay, so I already discussed about that things with you. Here I want to display the author, and for the author I already created one of the methods, so that is actually our creator. Okay, and here I already created the relation with our user, even that is the user model. So now I just define that as a post, and then here I just define as a width. Okay, here I just define the width, and here I define that creator. That is actually the method I just assign on here. And now here I have to also assign our that is actually the comments. Okay, so I also have to defining it. So for the comments here I want to do that same, like I want to create one of the field as a comment. So for now we have to define with the width count. So here with the width count, here I just define as a comments. Okay, I already discussed about that things with you. So for now here I just define another one is the comments, and also here I just define some of the conditions. Like here I want to define where condition. I just define the where, and into the where what exactly the things. Like if you go to our database table, then if you go to our hot news, you can see there is a hot news all that one value. That means all that one value data he will be get, and then this data will be displayed, right? So for the zero it should be not visible. So that's the things I want to do. I just put that condition on here as a where, and then our field name as a hot underscore news, and if for the hot news I just define he will only get the one value data. So here you can see that the actual field name is a hot news, and here there is a I only want to get that one value data. So for the reasons I just define that things on here, and also I have to do the same things like if this post is active or not. So here I just also define that another where condition. Okay, I just define that another where condition for the status, that means the post status is active or not. Okay, I just define that our field name, and here I also define as a one. So as I told you before, so that is actually our status field, and into the status that is value is a one. So all that one value he'll be get from here, and then it will be visible. Okay, and after that I just define as a order by. Okay, I just define as a order by, and order by it should be order by with the ID, and also it should be showing as a descending order. Okay, sorry, it should be descending. So I just define the descending order, and then here I want to display only one data. Like here if you go to that positions, like here I only want to display the one data. Okay, So for the reasons I want to do, I just want to get only the fast data. That means which is the fast, then it should be actually get that thing. So here I just define as a fast. Okay, I just define as a fast on particular that position. I hope it should be very much clear to you what exactly the things I did on particular that position. And now I have to do, I have to compact it. So here I just compact and compact our this variable, that means this hot news. So here I just define that hot news. And then I have to work in our home blade, that means in our home blade. So if you go to the top, so that is actually the hot news. Okay, you can see that is actually all that static data is now right now visible on particular that area, and also that is some of the images. And for the images here, you can see there is actually the big size image. So for the big size images, I already assigned one of the variable as a, I just name it as a main image. Okay, and that was actually the thumbnail image, and also they have some of the list image. So that's all that actually the list image. So that is actually pretty much big. So for the big sizes, I just define as a main image. So for now, first of all, I just want to put that link in our image. That means here. Okay, for now, better I just remove it. Okay, but I just remove all the things from here. Then it should be easy for you. So here I just define one of the public. So public, and after that public, then the post. That means the post folder. As I told you, if you go to our public and then the post folder, every image actually created the three sizes. Right now I want to use the big size, that means the main image. Okay, so for now, after the public, then the post, and then I have to define the slash, and then I just take another second bracket and particular that position. So with the hot news, because here I just pass that things with the hot news. So with the hot news, now I want to access it. Okay, I access our this image, that is the main underscore image. I just defining it. So that's the hot news. There actually the now I just have to defining it. Like here I just defining it on particular that with the dollar. Okay, I just defining the dollar and the hot news and then our main image. Perfect. And now for the alter, so here I want to display the title. So I just display the title with the hot news. Okay, so here there is a dollar hot news, and with this I want to access the title. That means the post title. I just defining it on here, and then our same things. Okay, like that is actually our title. So I just define the title with this one. There is hot type news and the title. So this title means that's one. Okay, so I hope it's very much clear to you. And also for this one I just put the link. So here I just define that link, like it should be redirected to the details page. I already discussed about that things with you, like URL, and here you have to define as a slash details. Okay, so then the slash details page, then I just define the slash, and then I also want to add the slack. So now with this hot news, I just defining it as slack on here. Okay, I just define the slack. So I hope you can well understand about it. And also they have the name, that means the author name, and that is the date. Okay, this date is a little bit here, so I just defining it on particular that position. So that is after this, and here I want to show our author. Okay, so here with this hot news, okay, with this hot news, then I have to access the our creator. Okay, with the creator I want to access the creator name. So here I just define that creator name, that means the username on particular that position. And also for the creator I want to do that link, like here I just don't need the target, so I just remove that target, and in particular that position I just want to use the URL. So here I just define as the URL, and URL will be actually redirected to our author page. So here I just define as a slash author. Okay, so here I just define that slash author. So there should be actually the single quotation. So after into the single quotation there is a slash and the author, and then here I have to assign the ID, that is the author ID. Okay, so for now with this hot news, like with this hot news, Here I just define it. Okay, and then with the hot news here I have to define the creator ID. Okay, creator ID. So I just define that ID on here. So I hope you can well understand about it. So here I just define that our creator name, and in particular that position I just put the URL as the author, and with the hot news with the creator I just define that ID as I. So there's actually the link, and now that is actually the short description. So for now I just copy it, and here I want to display our short description. And for the short description field, if you go to our database, so they have some of the field for this one like as a short description. Okay, so for now I just define as a short description on particular that area with the hot news. Here I want to display the short underscore description. I just define the short description on particular that area. And also here you can see here there's actually the name, that is the author name. Also we have to actually show the date. So for now that is the A here if okay. So for now in particular that position I want to display that date. So like here you have to define the third bracket and then the date, and here I just define the date as a F and then the J and the Y. Okay, and also I just define that things as a start to time. Okay, I just define the start to time, and in particular start to time here I just define our created field. Like here if you go to that position, that is actually created at. Okay, so for now I also want to do the same things on here. So now with this hot news, okay, so here with this hot news I want to define our field name, our database field name as a create date, and then underscore that is actually created underscore at. So here I just defining as a at, and here I display the short description, and that is for the comments. And for the comments here I want to do like here I define, okay, I already did a lot of the time, and on particular that position now with the hot news. So here I just define that hot news with the hot news, then I also define that comment count. Okay, so now here I just defining it on to this position with the hot news, there is a comment. Okay, comments underscore, and then I just define count. So here I just define as comments count. So now it's perfect. So here you don't need to display the share. So for the reasons I just remove that share from this position. So now there is a comments, and then the short description, and then our date, and then our name, that is the author name. And for the author name here I just assign some of the link, and that is our image Slack for our title. And also I just assign the images, and for the images I just define as a main image. So now let's check this out. I just click on the save all. Okay, I just click on the save all, and if you now refresh that page, like here I just refresh it. So now here there is a post not found. Here you can see I just defined that post model, but I didn't add it in our home page controller. So that is in our home page controller. Here you can see I just defined that post. So now I have to add it. So I just use our app, and then I just define our post model. So here I just define our post model. So now click on the save all, and now if you refresh that page again, yes, now you can see now our hot news is perfectly visible on here. So that is our hot news, that is our title, so created by the admin, and also is showing the date when this post is actually created, and also is showing our short description, and also there is a comment. So for this post they have the 4 comments. So for now there is a 4 comments is now perfectly visible on here. So now if you go to these positions, like here I just defining on particular that position as a fast, okay, that means the fast data will be visible. I show you, like for now I just select this one, I just click on the yes. So now here you can see there's a post saved as hot news and changed successfully. So now if you refresh that page, yes, now you can see now our first post is now visible on particular that position. It's also updated the title, also updated our description, and here you can see this post is created by the author, that means the Kazi, and that is created by this date. Okay, and also they have no comments for the reasons it's now becoming as a zero. So I hope you can well understand about it, how our hot news actually display on particular that position. So in our next video, I will discuss about the top view. So like they have the two top views. So two top view will be visible on particular that area with the images, that is actually the title, also the author name, the date, and the description, and also the comments. So how can display two of these on particular that area? In our next video, I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.